Hello everybody, how's it going? So it's been a while since you and I have talked like this, so I just want to take this moment to thank the 30,000 of you who have clicked subscribe on my channel, and an extra special thanks to all of you who clicked the notification bell that lets you know whenever I upload a new video. Cheers to all of you. Thank you so much for the support. To celebrate 30,000 subscribers and where the channel is right now, I honestly didn't think that this channel would be in the spot it is right now, this time last year even. So again, I just want to say thank you guys. And to show you guys my gratitude and the support, I went out and bought a couple pieces of gear, most notably a couple of microphones. If you guys follow my channel in the community section, I have posted a couple of photos of microphones I bought. They are currently being used in the studio elsewhere, but I bought a Shure Beta 57A to get more solid guitar sounds as well as snare drum sounds. And I also bought a Sennheiser E906. With the monetization and the AdSense that I generate from YouTube, I am now paying for all of my plugins I use in my studio here. I am also paying for business insurance, and I am also generating a couple of other maintenance costs like internet and my Photoshop plan, as well as the other Adobe subscription I have for Adobe Audition, which is the software I use to record the sets at Dingbats. But thanks to the overwhelming success of the Mixdown Meltdown series, which by the way, thank you to all of you who watched those videos, thanks to the added boost of AdSense revenue generated by those videos, I decided to splurge a little bit and bought two significant pieces of gear that are going to help out the channel immensely. And I want to share these products with you as well as a POV unboxing experience. The first of which is I got a Osmo Pocket 3. Now, this guy right here is going to be replacing my phone as my main vlogging camera for the Mixdown Meltdown videos. I am also going to be able to mount this in several locations that I really just can't mount this camera in, and the picture quality that I've seen on the reviews for this thing are amazing. So this was a no-brainer to me. I am also going to be able to use this for my real estate listings and make my videos for real estate a hell of a lot easier to work with. This was a no-brainer product. I am not sponsored by DJI. I bought this with the money that I generated from you guys watching these videos. With the Osmo Pocket 3, I also got the expansion adapter, which allows me to mount this thing basically anywhere. I got a 128 gig SD card, and I want to call this a polarizing filter. DJI calls this something else, but this essentially is a polarizing lens that helps de-sharpen the image quality to make it a little more, I really hate saying this word, but cinematic. This is just going to smooth out the footage and make it that much better to work with. So I think with that being said, it's still wrapped in the plastic. Let's get to unboxing. And for that, I am also, since I'm not a big fancy schmancy YouTuber that has a high quality camera and a C-stand with a camera pointing down, you're going to unbox this with me as I turn on my POV camera. All right, so we are rolling on the POV camera. Let's get to unboxing. Again, I'm not a fancy schmancy YouTuber and have a $1,000 pocket knife, so I just have a paring knife right here. So let's get unboxing. Now, a lot of you guys were asking for an unboxing of this product, and I'm happy to oblige. I'm not really an unboxing channel. There's entire YouTube channels dedicated to unboxing products, but hey, you guys asked for it, I'm going to deliver it. So as we open up the box here, let's see, what do we have? We have a couple of instructions. Don't need those. Got, I'm pretty sure this has to do something with the warranty. I'll keep those. I'm not really going to throw all these away. I'm just going to keep them. And then what do we got in here? Really don't need that box. There's a DJI sticker in there. Let's see. I'm not really going to use the stickers. All right. What do we have in here? We have, you know what? I'm just going to be a savage and unbox this anyway right here. This looks like the case to hold it in. And is there anything else in this box? No, there isn't. Okay, so we're done with that. Let's see. What have we got in here? Yeah, this is the box for the camera itself. Okay. Oh, and this has the slots right here for the wide-angle lens and the Black Pro Mist. So that's cool. Let's put that aside. I'm done with this. Done with that. And look, there's even instructions on how to put the camera in the case. That's pretty funny. And let's open this here. There's this tag, really that. So as we open up the case, I really love the feel of this case right here. I love the feel. So what do we got here? This looks like a battery. This is the Creator combo, by the way. So this will come with a one second edition of the DJI mic, which is actually, fun fact, the lavalier mic right here that I use. A lot of you comment on my videos about my voiceover quality, so it's just this mic, guys. This is all I use. If you want a detailed breakdown of how I do my voiceovers in post using just this lavalier, let me know in the comments. But peeling off the stickers, that's my favorite bit about unboxing something, is just peeling off the stickers. This is, I think, the extended battery. Yeah, I think that's the extended battery. And here is the mic 2. Okay, put that there for a second. This is going to seamlessly connect with the camera itself. And during my live streams at the venue, I'm going to be wearing this lavalier mic to connect to the camera, which is then going to connect to my computer and stream. So hopefully that will improve the stage wide shot quality, as well as the sound quality coming from me talking to you guys on the stream. This looks like a tripod mount. This looks like an extended tripod mount, and this is the base. So just to give you an idea, yeah, I'm probably going to use this mostly, but this looks like it's just the base mic input stand. Oh, we got more goodies in here. All right. Oh my God, it's so nice and soft, guys. This is the dead cat that's going to go into it, and basically what these things do is helps reduce wind reduction noise. And if I'm doing a lot of P's and T's, this basically helps basically turn into a pop filter. This feels so much nicer than the one that's currently on my lavalier. So it's going to go on. Oh, it lines up perfectly too with it. So all you do is just click it in, and then here it is. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. So this is now going to be my main lavalier when I'm streaming. So we got the lavalier there. Let's clean up and get rid of this plastic, this garbage that we don't need. Main USB-C to USB-C cable. This is excellent. This is where I'm going to charge everything. That's great. Always good to have something to charge. The secure gel pack. And then this guy right here, what is this? This looks like the lens for the camera itself. I think that's the wide angle lens. And here is the mini tripod. This is so adorable, actually. Like, look at this. It's cute. Like, you don't expect a tripod to look this tiny and dainty, but here it is. Can screw in right here, and that's cool. And then finally, here's the camera itself. It's so tiny. Oh my God, look at this. This is so cool. Take a look at this. This is now my new main vlogging camera setup. So I love how once you turn it on, it sets it right up into gimbal mode. And then when you turn it off, it secures the lens pointing it secures the lens pointing this way inward so it doesn't scratch the lens. That's pretty cool. So all of this here, and that is it, guys. This is my new vlogging camera setup. I have the mounting bracket here so I can really put this onto almost anything I want. If I even want to use this as a replacement for this camera on my head, I probably could get away with that. But I wonder how much action I will see using this camera, because I don't want to break the gimbal. I mean, even though I also got the care refresh package up to 2 years on this, I really don't think I should use this in situations where I'm going to need a lot of action and movement, because God forbid someone bumps into it. So this is cool. So this has the GoPro-like mounting bracket here, so I can mount this essentially almost anywhere you can mount a GoPro. So this is going to come in handy for a lot of things. Like, look at this. This is, you open it up, and you can literally just clamp this thing onto basically anything. Like, look at that. That's so cool. And if either of you are commenting right now of like, oh, you're unboxing it wrong, just go watch Unbox Therapy. Like, there's entire YouTube channels dedicated to unboxing new products. All right, guys. So as we're looking down here, this is the complete Osmo Pocket 3 creator combo. This is excellent, guys. I'm really looking forward to using this. What I love the most about this is it's just how tiny this is. Like this, they call it the Osmo Pocket, but I mean, they're not lying. This literally can fit in your pocket. And what I find really amazing is this camera is a 1-inch Sony CMOS sensor. And just to give you guys a fair comparison, hold on a second. This camera right here, this was my very first pro-grade camera that I used to make content. I bought this about 6 years ago when I was still working at SiriusXM to film in-studio content. This is a Sony AX100 camcorder, and this also has a 1-inch Sony CMOS sensor. The only difference is this camera can go up to 4K 60 frames a second. It can even go up to 4K 120 frames a second. This is stuck at 4K 30. And just look at the size comparison with this. I mean, it's truly astonishing just how much smaller this is compared to this. And it's amazing how much 6 years worth of technology leads us. I mean, just look at the height of these things. Just how much bigger this is than this. And I'm also willing to bet that the video quality on this is going to be night and day better than that camcorder. Because the low light mode on this is freakishly good. I'm going to give you guys some footage of this, obviously, when I get these registered, charged, and tested out in the field. But I'm really looking forward to showing you guys that. But we must move on, because that is not the only product I'm going to be unboxing for you guys today. You guys helped get this done too. So I want to introduce you guys to my brand new drone. This is a DJI Mavic Pro 3 Fly More combo. Again, totally not sponsored by DJI. I've just been a fan of their products for so many years, and this is a much needed upgrade drone-wise, because this is my current, well, now former drone that I've been using. This is a Mavic Air 2. It has a 1/2 inch sensor, and they claim that it can do 48 megapixels, but it's really only like 12. So wind this little guy up here, and this is great for you guys that are hiking and going out and exploring the wilderness, camping. I've brought this to Lake George with me tons of times, and I've gotten some great photos and video with it. But the Mavic Air 2 is starting to show its age right now, so it was long overdue for an upgrade, and that's where this guy is coming in. So let's get the POV camera back on my head and do some unboxing. I know I look like an idiot doing this, but you wanted to know how I get the footage for my POV vlogs? Well, this is it. Let's get to the unboxing of this. I'm very excited to unbox this because I've been looking forward to this purchase for quite some time. I have not bought a new drone, like I said, since the Mavic Air 2 about 5 years ago at this point. Almost 5 years ago. And let's just toss that over there because I will be needing to clean up in a little bit here. All right, let's open this up. And oh my God, already I can tell that this is going to be a much better... Oh boy, look at this guy. This is a lot heftier and oh my God, so much nicer of a case. Right, this is going to be so much more. I know there's more important stuff in there, but just to compare, look at how good of a quality this bag is. Like, it feels amazing. This compared to the bag that came with the Mavic Air 2. As you can see, it's definitely bigger, but really not by much. So out with the old and in with the new. Let's first off see what else we got in this. I don't need that. All right, here's where all of the goodies are. So we got power cable. Oh, international power cables. Yes, awesome. In the off chance I actually do travel internationally, I have all of this now to get me through it. All right, I have any universal power cable that will help me get to anywhere I need to go. More garbage. This looks like a charging point. This is the power brick. Okay, so now we have 2 USB-C cables that we can charge this with. Awesome. Another power cable. Fantastic. So there's all my power cables, and there's nothing else in that box. Okay. And then I think these are the ND filters. Yeah, these are the ND filters. So basically what ND filters do is they act like sunglasses for camera lenses. So if you want to maintain that 180 shutter rule, which basically means your shutter speed is twice as much as your frame rate is. So if you're shooting 24 frames a second, your shutter speed is 48. If you shoot 60 frames a second, it's 120 for shutter speed, etc., etc. Outside during the day, bright sunlight can complicate things. So that's where these ND filters come in. Basically, what these will do is they act to certain degrees of darkness on the lens, which means if I wanted to, for instance, take a long exposure of a river and get the river that nice milk smoothie look, I would put on the ND64 right here, and that will darken the image so that I can take a long exposure in bright sunlight. But I think in general, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to have the ND8 filter right here basically live on the drone, because I'm going to be mostly using this in the day, either for both real estate and also getting B-roll for the Mixdown Meltdown videos. So there are the ND filters and all the power bricks there. Now let's get to the main event. Jeez, I can't believe how good of a quality this shoulder strap is and this bag. Just this locking mechanism right here is fantastic. And open up the top here. More gel. This looks like a bunch of quick start guides and instruction manuals. Already know how to fly a drone. And all of these are the extra propellers. So that's pretty amazing. There's the drone itself, but let's go to right here, which is the best thing about unboxing this is I'm going to now be able to use the new DJI RC Pro controller. So just to compare, guys, this is what I've been using for my drone. This is the original drone controller, and this is one of the types of controllers where you have to put your phone right here and connect it with this cable. So you put your phone in here, you connect it, and your phone essentially becomes your monitor screen. So if you're flying out in the field and you get a phone call, it's going to interrupt your visual line of sight with the camera, and it's also going to interrupt your connection to your drone. So even though this controller worked great, and the iPhone 13 Pro Plus that I use as my cell phone, the screen's very bright as it is. I never had a problem with visually seeing the screen. There's been one too many instances where if I have poor cell reception or if I'm out in the field and I get a phone call, I would lose connection with the drone. So low key, it's actually kind of dangerous. So with this right here, this has its own screen on it, which means I will be able to see the drone, everything the drone sees, and I will actually now be able to have my phone in my pocket in case I do get a phone call. I can tell them to fuck off because I am currently flying a drone. The joysticks are right here. They'll screw in the little slots right here, so I will be able to actually use this. Oh my god, I cannot wait. That is so awesome. Okay, so I got extra joysticks right here, so I'll immediately just put those right there, as well as the extra propellers. All right, we got more USB-C cables. So a couple of USB-C cables to charge the controller and the drone itself. Awesome. Here is the charging brick for the batteries. So I'm going to put all the batteries in here at once, and we could charge it. Again, this just looks so nice and small. The batteries are literally going to stack. They look like magazines and guns, so that's pretty cool. And these Mavic 3s load almost like a pistol. It's kind of cool. I'll show you guys in a second. But here are the extra batteries. I am very excited because the new Mavic 3s, they get about 40-something minutes of flight time per charge in optimal conditions. With the Fly More combo, I can easily fly for an hour and a half, almost 2 hours straight, and just get footage and not worry at all about batteries. So the way that these batteries are going to charge is you line up the charge point here with here, and they're going to sit 3 in a row like this. Really cool. Let's get the second one out. And I'm assuming the third one is in the drone itself. So let's get, oh my god, look at this beefcake right here. All right, so this guy right here, this is different than the Mavic 3 that I use for work. So it's a different harness right here. So it's a different way of disconnecting. So I think, yeah, I just did it myself here. So here's the connector right here. Okay. So disconnect this to reveal the Mavic 3 Pro lens. And oh my god, look at the size of this guy. Look at the size of this gimbal. Definitely got to remove these stickers. I like the fact that it already comes with propellers on it. Let's remove the foam cap on the gimbal. And then there's a couple of guys right here that we got to remove. I guess this is telling me that when in the air, this generates 82 decibels of noise. So people are definitely going to hear when I'm flying this thing. All right, and now we got the drone out. So here's the cool part about removing the battery on this thing. So you'll see right here, we have 2 secure pin holders right here. You squeeze the battery, and that removes the battery. Here is how all 3 batteries are going to look in the charger while they're charging at the same time. And to simply load in a fresh battery, line up so the little thingamajigs at the top are at the top here. and just slap it in. So to remove a dead battery, take it out, load in a fresh one, like a pistol. It's very oddly satisfying loading a fresh battery in these things, but something tells me if I do that too often, I will break it. So obviously we got 2 sensors right here at the front. We got 2 sensors in the back. We have sensors on the top of the drone, and we also have sensors on the bottom of the drone. So this covers every direction of where I'm going to be able to fly this thing, and it will constantly monitor for any hazards. So let's compare the size of the new drone versus the old drone. And look at that. Like it's not even close as to how much bigger the new drone is versus the old one. I still maintain that if you're going to be traveling a lot and hiking in the woods and you just need something to get like a little shot for like a B-roll clip, a smaller drone like this will probably be best for you, but nothing can match the quality of the camera. So, I mean, this is a 1/2-inch sensor. This is a micro four thirds sensor. What that means is this is going to allow in a lot more light and produce just overall a better image. We have the main sensor down here. We have a 3x telephoto, I think, and a 7x telephoto lens. So I'm going to be able to get any angle I want from any perspective, which is pretty amazing. I mean, for those of you who say size doesn't matter, I mean, clearly in some aspects, it matters greatly. I mean, look at this. Like the Mavic 3 Pro just eats the Mavic Air 2. And yeah. So there is a size comparison. And what's amazing is weight comparison. Yeah, obviously this weighs more than this. It's astonishingly not that much heavier. I don't know what magic beans DJI has in their research laboratories, but it's amazing how light this is for what it does versus how bulky this is. And again, just one final comparison. Look at the size of the lenses compared to the two. I mean, it's no contest. This is going to mince this as far as quality goes. So I am beyond excited to just get out and start shooting with this thing. I can't wait to start making better B-roll sequences for you guys. I also can't wait to start bringing this into the fold for my real estate clients and my other freelance business. So let's get a final top-down view of the drone and all the batteries and accessories that came with this Fly More combo, so you guys can get a look as to what your support has done for me in this channel. And here you go, guys. Here is a top-down look of the DJI Mavic 3 Pro Fly More combo. You have all of the international charge outlets, so anywhere I go, I'll be covered. Here is a charging brick, and we have 2 USB-C cables to charge the controller, as well as a battery pack. We have ND filters for any light situation, and we have the Mavic 3 Pro itself, as well as a incredible feeling case to carry the drone itself in. And I just want to say, guys, how much this means to me as far as the support you guys give this channel. I would not have spent this much money on products and gear. Let's bring the Osmo Pocket 3 here too, so you guys can see exactly just what your support means to me as far as from an investment goes. All of this is because of you guys, and all of this is going to make the content that I'm going to make far superior than what I'm doing now. This is definitely a far cry from using my phone and this old guy. This has been a very reliable drone. I love the Mavic Air 2, but the picture quality is starting to show its age. So the new picture quality that I'm going to get from the Mavic 3 Pro is just night and day difference. So thank you, Mavic Air 2, for being a workhorse. But this is a new age and a new era of my content creation. So with that being said, guys, let me fix my hair because that strap really does mess up my hair. With that being said, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for the support. And I think what you guys want to see now is just sample footage of what these products look like in the field. One of the things that is great about the Osmo Pocket 3 is its seamless integration with your smartphone. So right now I can connect and control the camera with the DJI Mimo app, and unless specified otherwise, all of the footage like this, all the vlogging footage, is going to be from the Osmo Pocket 3 with the DJI Mic 2 receiver in noise reduction mode. So as you can see behind me, I live on a pretty busy street, so you should hear very minimal outside noise while I'm talking. So one of the best things about this camera, it's seamless integration with the app, and as you can see, I am literally controlling the gimbal with the controller attached right in the phone. So I can literally go left, right, all around, and go up, go down, and I'm probably giving you motion sickness right now, so I'll stop doing that. But one of the great things is if I, let's say, want to focus on myself, I just highlight myself and it will start tracking my face in the app. So now as I walk around, it should, and it is, following me as I talk to you. This is a pretty cool feature. With that being said, I think the most logical thing to do is to get this camera down to a place where we can test the dynamic range and get some footage. So I really like the fact that this gimbal has a couple of follow modes. Right now it is in follow mode, which means if I'm tilting the camera down, it tilts down. When I tilt up, it tilts up. And then of course, when I move side to side, it moves side to side. So there's also what is called tilt lock mode, which means it will lock itself horizontally, and I am now bending the camera 90 degrees forward. I'm now bending it back, and you can almost even see my hand there. I even just got a notification saying gimbal point reached. And I am also now rotating the camera 90 degrees, almost 90 degrees, left and right. And I have no clue how this footage looks right now, but I am literally looking like a maniac and looking like a bad Harry Potter wizard, waving this around like a magic wand. And I'm pretty sure my neighbors across the street and my landlord behind me are looking at me like I have 3 heads. So that is tilt lock mode. And right now I'm going to switch to FPV mode, which I apologize beforehand if you guys feel like you're going to be on a roller coaster, but that means the gimbal will literally follow everywhere it goes, which means I can now tilt the camera left, right, and it will follow it, which is actually pretty awesome. And right now I'm giving you a lot of dynamic range tests, and my exposure settings right now are on auto with a -0.3 EV, and I'm going with bright settings and dark settings, so hopefully this is a good range for you guys to see the dynamic range capability of this camera. So let's now switch back to follow mode, the default mode. That's more like it. So now this operates like any other ordinary gimbal. And let's get into Hans Gruber right here. There's Ripley still underneath the wraps. We are gonna get her out of the wraps from winter in a couple of weeks. Very excited for that. And here we are in Hans Gruber. Basically, this is going to be one of the reasons why I bought this camera. It's to get better B-roll of approaching the churches for the Mixdown Meltdown videos, and basically replace my phone as my primary B-roll camera. So one of the other things I got is this clamp. And what this clamp will do is basically clamp onto almost anything, and this arm right here can adjust to almost any angle, so I can mount this camera on any side. And as much as I enjoy the POV footage that I get from the cars, I think I can improve on that a little bit. So I got this clamp right here in order to mount it in the rest right here on the rod of the headrest, and it will reach out to here roughly. So this camera with the wide angle lens on will have a POV footage facing this way. Let's see how that looks. All right, guys, so we are on the road and turning onto the main road here. And right away I can see on the monitor, God, this app showing me what the real-time camera view looks like is pretty amazing. But this is now essentially what you could expect if you use this as, well, this alternative angle that I'm trying to go for here. I have the gimbal centered straight, so the mirror and the gear lever will be in the center of the frame. I should be over to the left, and if I have a passenger riding shotgun here, they would be right here. But I don't think I would ever film a car driving video with a passenger right here. So one thing that I am actually seeing right now on the lens is anytime I turn, the camera takes a little while to catch up, so it will veer off to the left or right depending on which direction I turn. So I think I might have to adjust the gimbal turn settings to fast to just keep up with this. But overall, for driving on a relatively straight road here, it's not bad. We're going to get to the parkway in a little bit after this light here, but the picture quality, I think it looks pretty good. You can see clear dead ahead in front of me. The cabin is nicely lit in here, and I think it looks great. So let me know what you guys think of that. All right, so I now have the gimbal adjusted to the fast setting, and let's see if that makes any sort of difference. I'll put the phone right here as a monitor. And I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I am shooting in log format on this camera because this camera also includes D-Log M in 10-bit color. So I'm getting 10-bit color with a 1-inch sensor in a camera the size of essentially a giant Sharpie marker. That's pretty extraordinary. The gimbal is following along much better when I switch it to fast mode, but I honestly think for shots like this, for this specific shot, I think I'm gonna need a still camera. I mean, I am sure there's a way to lock the gimbal in its place. I just honestly don't know how to do it. So if you guys know how to do that, let me know in the comments and I'll try to do it on a second shoot. But as far as getting back to its original position, it's pretty good. I think if I were to use this camera for this kind of shot, it would only be for when I'm actually going along on the road. If I were to really, turn this into a car POV production and really, try to make the production value a little bit better, I would have a couple more microphones on the exhaust to get that sound. And I'd probably have another microphone in here just to get the noise of the cabin. And then my voiceover would be captured as clean as possible on the mic 2 right here. I think that's how I would do it, but to each their own. So I think I'm gonna put noise reduction back on. Okay, I just put noise reduction back on. And now I'm going to test this mic with some wind noise and see how the wind noise in this car affects the stability of the camera. I mean, so far, I think the gimbal is doing brilliantly. The suspension in this car is pretty stiff. In fact, let me up the ante a little bit. Let me put it in sport mode, so that stiffens the suspension even more in this car. And let's give this car a little bit of beans on the parkway. So. All right, so through the magic of editing, I got up to a whopping 65 miles an hour, and that was, I think the footage looks really smooth, at least on my phone right now. Let me know what you guys think of the footage. So now we got some sunlight coming in. The sun's finally starting to show its face today, and this is as clear as it's gonna get for the rest of the week. So I think now, more importantly, is the time to get down to Asbury Park to get the drone shots and the sample footage so we can complete this video. All right, so as I'm looking at the gimbal right now, it's tilted over a little bit. So let's see. Let's see if I can pull over real quick and turn it into horizontal lock mode. All right, that's a lot better. It's on tilt lock mode, which means it will stay horizontally, and that's good. So this will be a good test to see dynamic range of the outside where it's really bright and sunny, and the cabin when it's where it's a little bit darker. And now let's put this noise reduction microphone with the dead cat on it to the test by opening up some windows. So all 4 windows are open right now, and a lot of air is pushing on my back right now just because of how this car is designed. And So far, I think the gimbal's doing pretty good. But again, that's up to you guys in the comments, so let me know how it looks. I don't like the fact that it's still shifting over to the left and right when I turn. So I think for this shot, I may just have either my phone or one of my action cameras to be in the stationary spot there. All right, let me, now that I got the windows back up, I can actually talk to you. This arm was rated for about 20 pounds, which means maybe I can almost get my A7R5 on this arm. Ooh, I'm tempted to try that. Should I try it? Yeah, I think I'm gonna try it. I don't believe this. Look at this. Look, I was literally right over there for less than 5 minutes and I got nabbed with a parking ticket. I mean, technically, yes. I mean, you could say I should have just paid for parking. But my goodness, 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes is all it took. All right, guys, so we are going to be finishing up this video with a couple of drone tests. These are just shots that I would take any day doing real estate listings or if I'm making B-roll footage. And we're going to start with the Mavic Air 2, give it the full advantage of having as much sunlight as possible. And to be honest, I think this is probably going to be the last time I'm ever flying this guy. And let's get this up in the air. So we're going to start with this building right behind me. I'm going to do a revealing shot of the boardwalk coming from over there, going slowly over the building to reveal the boardwalk. Now, as I'm flying over, getting into position, I want to teach you guys a little bit about cinematic drone footage. First off, you want to shoot in the highest quality possible. So for this, I am shooting in 4K, and instead of 24 frames a second, which is what this video has been the whole time, I'm going to shoot my drone footage at 30 frames a second and put it on a 24 frames per second timeline. I learned this trick from Full-Time Filmmaker. So at 30 frames a second, slowing it down in your editing software to 80% to fit on a 24 frames per second timeline, that's the trick to get really, truly good cinematic drone footage. And I learned that once from Full-Time Filmmaker, and I've been using it ever since. It works wonders. So now that we got our drone in the air, ready to go, let's set it to 4K at 30 frames a second, and let's get our first clip. And obviously I'm gonna match the same clip and the same shots that I'm doing with the Mavic Air 2 with the Mavic Pro 3. So let's start with the Mavic Air 2 with the first revealing shot. So I'm coming up here, and you think I'm going to crash into this building, but I'm not. I am slowly coming up, and that is going to reveal the boardwalk behind the building. And there it is. There's the Asbury Park boardwalk. Let's now go to that big apartment building behind me and get a orbit shot of the building revealing the beach. So we're lining up the drone in position, and I'm going to start at the harshest angle where the sun is getting into the lens as harshly as possible so you can guys see a dynamic range test. And here we go. Now I'm going to start my orbit. And despite this drone being a little old here, it's still giving a good image. I still really like the picture quality on this. So there's an orbit of the building. I probably could have done that a little bit better. So I'm going to try another one going the opposite way. Let's keep the building in the center of the frame. And again, I'm shooting at 30 frames a second, and I'm shooting this in the highest quality format possible, which for this specific drone is D-Cinelike. The Mavic Pro 3 is going to have D-Log footage. And there we go. We're going to end with the harshest angle possible. So finally, I'm going to do one last dynamic range test. I'm going to do a wider, higher up orbit shot of the apartment building, getting the sun in the shot, maximizing the dynamic range, and reveal the whole scenery. So we're going to do that. And that's probably going to be blown out to shit in post because I see the overexposure warning all over the place. That's just the limit of this lens, actually. And then finally, I think I'm going to go to the lake right over there and then just get a low shot going on the lake, and again, just elevating up to see the scenery. So now I'm in position. Let me record so I could superimpose this over me talking here. All right, I'm in position. What I'm going to do is first off adjust the exposure to get it a little bit nicer. Let me get it so it's even, so it's just slightly underexposed at minus 0.3. So I'm going to come down a little bit. And now I'm going to just zoom up. I'm going to come up, and you're going to see the entire Asbury Park scenery. I don't want to jinx it, but I think I almost hit a bird right there. And there we go. That's a very good spot to end this right here. And these very simple shots are what I would incorporate every single day into my real estate listings if I were to do a neighborhood scenery shot here. So that is the Mavic Air 2. Now let's get the drone down and get the Mavic Pro 3 up, which is what I think all of us are fully anticipating. Like I said, I know the quality is going to be better. The question is, how much better? There we go. Come on, buddy. It's okay. Come on. There we go. Good drone. I got 4K 30, white balance at 55. I got to switch it. The last thing I got to do is switch to log because this is full on log footage and that is fantastic. So let's manually adjust the f-stop. Let's get it to a point where it will be exposed properly. And let's get it up in the air. Oh yeah. There we go. So right away, the immediate difference I feel is how much smoother the DJI RC controller is, and how much better it feels. Like it's a lot more nimble and it's a lot more smooth. Let's adjust our shutter just a little bit. So it's minus 0.3. And let's do the same shots again that we did in the Mavic Air 2, except with the Mavic 3 Pro. First, we're going to do the revealing shot of this building, going over it, revealing the boardwalk. That looks great. So now, let's do the orbit shot of the apartment complex. Let's try to frame it exactly the same way so we could be fair here. Check, there's nothing around there. And then just ease the controls to keep your subject in the line of sight. All right, and let's do it again the other way, because I did that with the Air 2. It's only fair that I do it with this one. And then let's reveal that sun. All right, let's purposely overexpose everything, shining right into the sunlight. There we go. I mean, I could already tell just from looking at this that the Mavic Pro 3 is just exponentially better. But in the name of science, let's go. All right, if I had like 3 or 4 more attempts, that would have been a lot smoother, but we'll live. I'm relatively at the same exposure level, like the same shutter, same everything, as the Air 2, and only the sun is overexposed, giving me the overexposed zebra warning. So it's just such, it's so exponentially better. All right, so now I am at the lake. Sun is still shining in this direction, so I now need to adjust my exposure accordingly. There you go, minus 0.3. And now the final shot. Wow. It's just such a phenomenal difference. Not a bad first flight with the Mavic Pro 3. Come on, you can land. All right, you want to land normally on the ground? You're going to be temperamental. I swear to God, sometimes these drones are just temperamental, moody pricks. So in closing with this video, yes, this is obviously a better drone, but by how much? That's the question. This cost me about $3,500, and the Mavic Air 2 cost about $1,200 when it was new. So is it worth $2,000+ difference? That's for you to decide. I know me, I am definitely switching to this full time. This is now my primary drone. I am going to be selling my Mavic Air 2 to a buddy of mine who is looking to fly a drone for the first time. And who better to give my Mavic Air 2 than to my buddy? The camera quality on this is insane. If you want to see the photos I take with this drone, just follow me on my Instagram page, linked below in the description, and you will see what I can do with this drone. Finally, I just want to say thank you guys again for watching the videos, commenting, liking, subscribing, all that fun jazz. And you guys mean the world to me, and your continued support means that I was able to now buy this and the Osmo Pocket 3 for my YouTube channel to give you guys, hopefully, better content in the future. Take care, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.